She smirked and said, "You're lucky I even date you. Men like you don't get women like me." I didn't argue. I just watched her book a luxury trip using my card. That night, I quietly canceled everything and made one phone call. The next morning, when she walked into the airport and saw who was waiting for her at the counter, she didn't take another step. I'm Jace, 31, and I'd been dating Victoria for 8 months when everything fell apart. We met at a mutual friend's art gallery opening. She was beautiful, sophisticated, worked in fashion PR. I'm a software engineer, make decent money, but nothing crazy. From the start, she made it clear she was dating down by being with me. I thought she was joking. Turns out she meant every word. The relationship had this pattern. She'd make comments about my clothes being basic, my apartment being cute but small, my friends being nice but not really our caliber. I brushed it off as her having high standards. My friends said she was using me. I said they didn't understand her. Looking back, I was an idiot. The breaking point came last Tuesday. Victoria had been talking about wanting to go to Santorini for weeks. "All my friends have been," she'd say. "I'm the only one who hasn't gone. It's embarrassing." She'd send me links to luxury hotels, restaurants, sunset cruises. Each link was a reminder that I hadn't booked anything yet. Tuesday afternoon, she came over to my apartment. I was working from home, in the middle of debugging some code, when she walked in with her laptop. "We need to talk about Greece," she said, setting up at my kitchen table. "Can it wait? I'm kind of in the middle of something." "No, it can't wait. I want to go in 2 weeks. Sarah and Mike just posted photos from their trip and it looked incredible. I need to go before summer's over." I closed my laptop. 2 weeks is really short notice. I don't know if I can get the time off. "Then I'll go alone, but you're still paying." "Excuse me?" She looked up from her screen. "You heard me. You're paying for my trip. It's the least you can do after making me wait this long." "Victoria, I never said I'd pay for a trip to Greece. That's thousands of dollars. And you make good money. You just don't spend it on anything worthwhile." "I spend it on bills and savings and boring stuff. Meanwhile, I'm stuck dating someone who won't even take me on a proper vacation. Do you know how embarrassing that is? My friends ask where we've traveled and I have to say nowhere." "We went to Napa. A weekend wine tasting? That doesn't count." She turned her laptop toward me. "Look, 5 nights at this resort, round-trip business class tickets, daily spa credits. It's only 12,000. "Only 12,000? "Yes, only. For both of us. Or just me, if you can't get time off. Either way, I'm going." "I'm not paying for a $12,000 trip." She laughed, not a friendly laugh. A dismissive, condescending laugh. "Yes, you are, because you're lucky I even date you. Men like you don't get women like me. You know that, right?" I stared at her. What's that supposed to mean? "It means I'm out of your league. It means I could be dating guys who'd book this trip without blinking. But I chose you because I thought you were sweet and stable. The least you can do is treat me the way I deserve to be treated." "By spending $12,000 on a trip you're demanding I pay for?" "Yes, exactly." She pushed her laptop closer to me. "Now stop being difficult and give me your card. I'll book everything." Something in me snapped. Not into anger, into clarity. I pulled out my wallet, took out my credit card, and handed it to her. "Really?" She looked surprised. "Yeah, book whatever you want." Her whole demeanor changed. She smiled, kissed my cheek, started typing rapidly on her laptop. "You won't regret this. We're going to have such an amazing time. Or I am if you can't come. Either way, thank you, baby." I watched her book the flights. Business class, like she wanted. Watched her book the resort. 5 nights in a suite with an infinity pool. Watched her add spa packages, private dinner cruises, wine tastings, all the extras she'd been dreaming about. The total came to $14,247.53. She hit confirm without flinching. "There, all done. I'm so excited." She closed her laptop. I need to go shopping for new outfits. This calls for celebration. Want to take me to dinner? Not tonight. I have work to finish. Okay, I'll text you later. She kissed me again and left, practically floating. I sat at my kitchen table for about 10 minutes, just processing. Then I opened my laptop and made some calls. First call, my credit card company. Hi, I need to dispute a charge. Someone used my card without permission. Yes, I'll hold. The amount was $14,247.53. To a travel booking site? Yes, I know the person who made the charge. No, I did not authorize it. Right, I gave her the physical card, but did not consent to that specific amount. The representative was helpful. They flagged it as fraud, started a dispute, and issued me a new card number. The original card was canceled immediately. Second call, the resort in Santorini. Hello, I need to cancel a reservation. Confirmation number. I read it off from the email Victoria had been CC'd on. Yes, I understand there's a cancellation fee, no refund, even though it's 2 weeks out. Okay, what if the credit card is declined? I see. The reservation gets automatically canceled. Thank you. Third call, the airline. Similar process. No refund, but if the charge doesn't go through, the tickets get canceled automatically. I spent the rest of the evening working, ordering takeout, acting like everything was normal. Victoria texted me around 8 with a photo of shopping bags. Got so many cute outfits for the trip. Can't wait. I replied, looks great. That night, the charges started reversing. The credit card company moved fast. Flagged as fraudulent, all pending transactions were declined or reversed. Victoria's entire trip, purchased on what was now a canceled card number, began systematically falling apart. I didn't sleep well. Not from guilt. From anticipation, I knew tomorrow would be interesting. Update 1. Wednesday morning, Victoria's flight was scheduled for 6 a.m. She'd texted me Tuesday night saying she was getting up at 3:30 to head to the airport, that she was too excited to sleep. I woke up at 5:30, made coffee, and waited. The call came at 6:47 a.m. Jace, what the fuck did you do? Good morning to you too. Don't good morning me. My flights are canceled. The resort has no record of my reservation. What the fuck is going on? Sounds like the charges didn't go through. The charges? You approved them. You gave me your card. I gave you my card, yeah, but I didn't give you permission to spend $14,000. Yes, you did. You watched me book everything. I watched you book things. I didn't agree to let you keep them. There's a difference. You're insane. You can't just cancel someone's trip. Actually, I can. It's my money, my card. I disputed the charges as fraud. Fraud? I'm your girlfriend. Are you? Because girlfriends generally don't tell their partners they're lucky to be dating them. Girlfriends don't say, men like you don't get women like me when demanding $14,000 vacations. Silence on the line. Then, quieter. I was joking. No, you weren't. You meant every word. And you know what? You're right. Men like me don't get women like you. Because men like me have self-respect, and women like you are users. How dare you? I'm done, Victoria. We're done. Don't contact me again. You can't break up with me over this. I'm at the fucking airport. Then I guess you should go home. Maybe call one of those guys you could have been dating instead. See if they'll book you a trip. Jace, please, I'm sorry. I didn't mean what I said yesterday. I was just excited about the trip and I got carried away. Save it. I'm blocking your number after this call. Have a nice life. Jace? I hung up, blocked her number, blocked her on all social media. Then I forwarded the entire text chain to my friend Marcus, along with a summary of what happened. In case she tries to spin this to our mutual friends, I wrote. Here's the truth. Marcus replied, holy shit, dude. Good for you. At 7:15, I got a call from an unknown number, didn't answer. Voicemail. Jace, it's Victoria. I'm calling from someone else's phone. Please pick up. We need to talk about this. You can't just leave me stranded at the airport. Please, call me back. I deleted the voicemail. At 8:30, my friend Sarah, the mutual friend who'd introduced us, called. Jace, what happened? Victoria just called me crying saying you canceled her trip and broke up with her at the airport. That's not exactly how it went down. Want the real version? I told her everything. The comments Victoria had been making for months. The "you're lucky I even date you" line. The $14,000 trip she booked without asking the cancellation. Sarah was quiet for a moment. Jesus, I had no idea she was like that. Most people didn't. She hid it well. I'm so sorry I wouldn't have introduced you if I'd known. It's not your fault, but maybe don't introduce her to anyone else. Oh, I won't. This is, wow. Okay. Thanks for telling me. Are you okay? I'm fine. Actually, I'm great. First time in months I feel like I can breathe. Update 2. The rest of Wednesday was quiet. I worked from home, had a normal day, didn't hear from Victoria because I'd blocked everything. But I heard from other people. My friend Marcus said Victoria had posted on social media about being betrayed by someone she trusted and how she was stranded at an airport because of a cruel prank. The comments were split. People who knew her well enough to be skeptical, and people who didn't know the full story and were sympathizing with her. Marcus had commented with, "Maybe share the part where you told him he was lucky to date you right before booking a $14,000 trip on his card without asking." That comment got deleted within minutes, and Marcus got blocked. Thursday morning, Victoria's mother called me. I'd met her twice, both awkward family dinners, where Victoria had spent most of the time correcting her mother's stories or making pointed comments about her parents' middle-class lifestyle. Jace, this is Patricia, Victoria's mother. I'm calling to see if we can resolve this situation. There's nothing to resolve. Victoria said you two had a disagreement and you overreacted by canceling her trip. I'm sure if we all sit down and talk. Mrs. Harrison, did Victoria tell you what she said to me before booking the trip? She said she made a comment you took the wrong way. She told me I was lucky to date her, that men like me don't get women like her, that she could be dating guys who would book the trip without blinking, but she chose me because I'm stable. Then she demanded I give her my credit card to book a $14,000 trip I never agreed to. Silence. Mrs. Harrison? That doesn't sound like something Victoria would say. She said it, and she meant it. I'm sorry, but your daughter is a user. She's been using me for 8 months to fund a lifestyle she can't afford herself. I'm done being used. But to leave her stranded at an airport, she wasn't stranded. She could have called an Uber home. She chose to make it dramatic. Mrs. Harrison sighed. I'm going to have a conversation with my daughter. I apologize for her behavior. Thank you, but I'm not interested in reconciliation. We're done. Friday evening, I got a long email from Victoria. It had clearly been written and rewritten, formal, almost like a business email. Dear Jace, I hope this email finds you well. I wanted to reach out to apologize for my behavior earlier this week. Upon reflection, I realized that my comments were inappropriate and hurtful. I did not mean to imply that you are not worthy of my affection. I value our relationship and the time we have spent together. I am writing to request that we meet to discuss reconciliation. I believe we can move past this misunderstanding if we communicate openly and honestly. I am willing to make changes to how I express myself and to be more considerate of your feelings. Additionally, I would like to discuss the financial aspect of the trip. While I understand you were upset, canceling everything was an extreme reaction that cost us both a significant amount of money. Perhaps we can work together to recover some of those costs or plan a more affordable trip in the future. Please let me know when you are available to meet. I am free any evening next week. Best regards, Victoria. I read it twice. Then I replied, Victoria, thank you for your email. I appreciate the apology, but I'm not interested in reconciliation. Your comments reflected your true feelings, and I believe people when they show me who they are regarding the financial aspect. You spent my money without permission after insulting me. I disputed the charges as fraud because that's essentially what it was. The only person who lost money is me, through the non-refundable fees. You lost nothing except the trip you tried to take on my dime. I wish you well, but please don't contact me again, Jace. I didn't hear back. Update 3. It's been 3 weeks. Victoria tried to contact me twice more. Once through a mutual acquaintance asking if I'd be willing to talk, once by showing up at my apartment building. The doorman called up. I told him to send her away. Sarah told me that Victoria's been telling people I emotionally abused her by dangling a luxury trip in front of her and then cruelly ripping it away. Some people believe her version. The people who know me know better. I've been doing well. Better than well, actually. I've been going out more with friends I'd neglected while dating Victoria. Started dating someone new. Met her at a coffee shop. She's a teacher. She insisted on splitting the bill on our first date. Small thing, but it meant everything. My friend Marcus asked me last week if I felt bad about the way I ended things with Victoria. Honestly, no. She showed me exactly who she was. I just finally believed her. You think the airport thing was too harsh? Maybe, but you know what? She stood at my kitchen table and told me I was lucky to be with her. She booked a $14,000 trip on my card without asking. She treated me like an ATM with a pulse. The airport was just the natural conclusion of her own choices. Fair point. I ran into Victoria yesterday at a grocery store. We made eye contact across the produce section. She looked like she wanted to say something. I grabbed my apples and walked away. Some conversations aren't worth having. Final update. It's been 2 months. I'm completely moved on, dating the teacher, her name's Emma, and it's refreshingly drama-free. She pays for herself. She respects my time and money. She treats me like an equal partner. It's night and day compared to Victoria. I heard through Sarah that Victoria's dating someone new, some guy she met through work, who apparently does have money to throw around good for her. I hope she's happy. I hope he knows what he's getting into. The thing about people who tell you you're lucky to have them is that they really believe it. They think they're doing you a favor by being with you. And maybe for some people, that's enough. They're willing to be grateful just for the attention. I'm not one of those people. I'd rather be alone than be with someone who thinks my worth is measured by my willingness to fund their lifestyle. Victoria taught me something valuable. When someone tells you they're too good for you, believe them. Not because they're right, but because anyone who thinks that way will never treat you as an equal. They'll always be looking for what they can get from you, never for what they can build with you. The airport cancellation? Maybe it was petty. Maybe it was harsh. But it was also honest. She'd spent 8 months treating me like a wallet with emotions. I gave her one last reminder that I'm a person with boundaries. Sometimes the best revenge isn't elaborate. It's just refusing to be used anymore. Edit. For people asking if I could get in legal trouble for the fraud dispute, no. I gave her the card, yes, but under the impression she was booking something reasonable. $14,000 without discussion or permission is beyond implied consent. The credit card company agreed. Case closed. Edit 2. Yes, I know I could have just said no when she asked for the card. You're right, I should have. But part of me wanted to see how far she'd go. And she went $14,247.53 far. That told me everything I needed to know. Edit 3. To the people saying I led her on by giving her the card, she led herself on by assuming my silence was consent. I gave her rope. She hanged herself with it. I'm not responsible for managing her expectations when she'd spent months managing mine into the ground.